Hi everyone, it's Ann. Today we're going to take a look at a newly released deck called Oracle of Heaven and Hell. Harness the power of the angels and demons. It was released about 2 weeks ago on April 2nd, 2024. It comes in a hard case 2-part box. Author is Travis McHenry. Here's the side. Publisher is Rockpool Publishing. Here's the back. There's a few picture of the cards. 72 cards and a guidebook. So that's a lot of cards for an Oracle deck. And the packaging is kind of unique. It does come in a 2-part, but the 2-part, the top lifts out, which we've seen before, or we're familiar with in smaller size. But this is a larger size box. And the top comes off. So I haven't seen a larger size box where it's packaged this way. So it's unique though, because it's like the top part is like heaven, and then I guess the bottom part's supposed to be hell. So you have heaven and hell 2-part. And the heaven is black inner lining and the hell part is red. They don't come together. And then the inside, there is a white ribbon to help you pull up the guidebook. So, and we'll take a look at the guidebook in depth after we look at the cards. And then the cards are underneath. And then it's a beautiful red inside. Look at that. That's a beautiful red. All right. So, and then the cards are binded, as you can see, they're gilded as well. They're binded with this gray paper binding. And look how gorgeous the red gilding is. Mine is unfortunately a little nicked. The corner, not a little nick. Well, it's a lot nicked, but I think I can live with it because when we shuffle, it's going to get nicked anyway, but it's just kind of nice to get it perfect out of the box. And they usually are, but I was not as lucky on this one. I've been pretty lucky on most of them. And there are a few scratches. Well, there's that big nick there that I showed you guys, but then on the side, you see that? The shadow's in the way. See the nick here? I don't know if it's showing up on camera. Right there. This side is not as bad. It's just probably where the binding was, but this side is pretty bad. There's like a little chunk of a couple of the quarters, like the red is totally off. It's just white, but I think I can live with it because, like I said, as we start shuffling, it's going to get some of it's going to get scratched off anyway, but it's just nice to see it so perfect out of the box. All right, I just love gilding, you guys. It's like so beautiful to look at. This red is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous red, beautiful red. There you go, you can see. And then here are the backs, and it looks like they are reversible. Okay, and we saw the gilding already. And just like the box, we have the top half is representing the angels of light, and then the bottom half is the angels of darkness, or also known as the fallen angels. All right, and the cards are numbered, and as I mentioned, there are 72, so that's a lot of cards, but that's all the angels, I believe. And I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the angels' names because some of them are kind of difficult to pronounce, so I'm not going to butcher it. But I'm going to read the keywords. So if for each card, it is numbered. You get the name of the angel of light. You get the keywords. In this case, is new beginnings. And then the inverse of it, or when you turn it upside down, you get the same number, then the name of the angel of darkness, and then the keyword for that, which in this case is anger. And it's not always the inverse, or meaning the exact opposite, because as you see, we have new beginnings, but then we have anger. So it's not always exact opposite. So 2, we have love and wisdom and immorality. Creation of all things. Ingratitude. Oh, I forgot to show you the cardstock. It's medium. It's okay. Not too thin, not too thick. And it's quote unquote papery. So it's papery. There's a little glare, but no coating. It doesn't feel plasticky. And then comparing it to a traditional plaid back tarot card size, it's a little taller and a little wider. They're sort of about Hay House Oracle card size is my guess. All right, so then we have rectification and unrestrained living. That's interesting. Oh, by the way, the sigil of the angel, meaning the symbol that represents the angel, is also on the card. I forgot to mention that. The light of understanding. We have ambition. See, this is the angel's sigil, these symbols here. Then we have patience and laziness. And we have divine blessings and blasphemy. Divine forgiveness, deception. Divine grace, laziness and neglectfulness. Victory, jealousy. Refuge and finding peace. Indiscretion and lie telling. Loyalty. Wastrels and vagabonds. Interesting. Truth and justice. False testimony. Purification. Religious and general conflicts. Loyalty, again, we have loyalty. Treason and revolt. Revelation. Atheism and the rejection of spirit. Justice. Ooh, this is a pretty justice card. Look at that. Or justice illustration. Scandal. Fruition and the realization of dreams. Forgetfulness and release of unpleasant thoughts. And I just noticed the Angel of Light keyword writing is in black, redemption. And then the fallen angels keywords are in red, libertines and renegades. I just noticed that. Desire for knowledge. Prejudice. Fame and renown. Voyages and travel by sea. Capacity for healing. Destruction of the environment. Protection. Criminal enterprise. Spiritual wisdom. Black magic. Politics and ambition. Traitors and conspiracies. Propagation of light. Slavery and bondage. Longevity. Catastrophic and haste. Liberation. Fanatical belief and hypocrisy. fertility and multiplicity, fruitless labor, intellectual talent, greed, clemency, lust and weak wills, submission to a higher order, rebellion, obedience, war and strife, reconciliation, family conflicts, inner and outer work, protection of criminals, breaking the circle. Ooh, look at that. Look like a warrior angel. Fraud and misrepresentation, ritual and ceremony, falsehood, love and submission, cruelty, divine comfort, solitude, undertaking and completing missions, disregarding of rules, political authority, malevolent behavior, prosperity, the fall of empires, success, war and violence, motivation, extreme opposite or opposing factions, perception and revelation, spiritual troubles, contemplation, impossible plans, fertility and fruitfulness, luxury, grandeur, ego and hatred, eloquence, living by your wits and illicit earnings, universal medicine, false promises, atonement of errors, pride, spiritual communication, ignorance, rejuvenation, overthrowing of authority, intellectual lucidity, vice, fortune and fame, self-made criminals, discernment, cowardly actions, mental force, rage, intellectual richness, theft and destruction, self-atonement, disability and immorality, affinity and friendship, unnatural passions, desire to know, relationship strive, perception of unity, folly, restoration of life, criticism, fountain of wisdom, unhappy voyages, knowledge of good and evil, physical and moral imperfections, transformation, making mistakes, healing, famine and sickness, restitution, fines and unfair costs, alchemy and transformation, dangerous writings, divine warriors, infamy, endings and rebirth, and despair and suicide. Oh my God, that's card number 72. Here's another look at the backs. That's a lot of cards, and that's a lot of good key words for clarifiers, man. pretty good deck. I think it'll be useful in clarifying. All right, so zoom in a little bit. Guidebook, just plain matte paper, medium, not too thin, not too thick. I would say more on the thinner side. Card meanings, they're all listed here by the angel names and then the page. So easy reference, easy to look up. Introduction, the 72 Kabbalistic angels. And 72 Goic demons. I guess I call them fallen angels here. They say the same thing, fallen angel demons. The seal of Solomon, summoning sigils, Shem, whatever that word is, spirit guides. How to use the deck, reading spreads. There's a couple sample spreads, and then it goes into the card meanings. And then you do get a nice full page size color picture of the cards, and then the angel. People born under the influence of this angel, you know, it describes them. And then we have the angel in reverse. So for each card, you get like a paragraph. Oh, they even have a date. Physical guardian of those born between March 25th and March 29th. Yeah, so for each angel, they give you the dates. Ah, so this is very interesting. Just like how, you know, the astrological signs of the zodiac, there's the light side and the dark side. You know, we all have a light side and a dark side, and there's always that struggle with even within ourselves, the soul. That's why we go through, I guess, the dark night of the soul, and, you know, you're always struggling. That's why in the cartoons they have their little red devil sitting on one shoulder and then the angel sitting on the other shoulder. So they give you the dates. So this lets you, you know, see what are your light attributes and what are your dark attributes. You know, like someone can be the same sign, but they can, you know, one person with the same sign can represent the light or work on the light aspects of that sign, and then the other person, same sign, but they could be working on their dark shadow negative aspect. Very interesting. I'm glad I saw this deck. So that's pretty much it. Look at the back. That's a cool picture. Here's about the author. And that's pretty much it. Like they say, it's 160. I don't have my readers. I think that says 161. Yeah. All right. So I want to look at these cards in order a little bit more, so I'm not going to shuffle. But they should shuffle fine. They're matte cards and they're oracle card size. So I'm confident they will shuffle well. They feel good. So I like to study them in order a little bit more before I shuffle them and mix them all up. All right. So let me put the box back. The only thing I don't like about these type of boxes is if you have to travel or something, they say they slide out, or if they're on the shelf, you pick it up, it slides off. But I guess you can bind them with some kind of like rubber band or something. I don't know. All right, so that completes the walkthrough. And if you guys are interested in the deck, as usual, I will put the link in the description underneath the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye!